The National Weather Service in Los Angeles has issued a tornado warning for Los Angeles, California, Irvine, California, Riverside, California, until 7:30 a.m. Pacific Time Zone. At 5:40 a.m. Pacific Time Zone, the National Weather Service reported numerous tornadoes and tornado formations, with winds from 205 miles per hour to 250 miles per hour. These tornadoes are causing a lot of infrastructural havoc in the cities being hit. Category F3 tornadoes are being reported near Hollywood FWI. Vehicles are being thrown at high speed. Many buildings and houses are being dethroned by strong winds. All citizens of the aforementioned regions should seek underground shelter. Staying outside can lead to death. A gigantic Category F5 tornado is forming in Los Angeles skylines. It is believed that skyscrapers and surrounding areas will be completely destroyed. Seek underground refuge now. More information will be transmitted at any time. Emergency alert system is activated.
This is Sky News. We interrupt our programming to broadcast an emergency alert throughout Scotland. In recent days, a large system of storms has been forming in the north of Scotland and has been plaguing Greater Britain for days. This storm is causing serious damage to infrastructure in several places. Many cities and villages are without communication. Several deaths have already been reported due to the heavy blizzard, and the snow is getting denser. The Met Office has confirmed that the storm will get worse. It is believed that Scotland will be covered by up to 3 meters of snow and that temperatures could reach -50 C-. Therefore, the Home Office has declared a state of emergency for the whole of the United Kingdom. All citizens residing in Scotland and Northern Ireland must immediately evacuate to the south as soon as possible. Your Majesty and the royal family have been stranded at Balmoral Castle due to sudden blizzard. A set of helicopters is heading to your rescue. When evacuating, remember to be properly covered. Carry non-perishable supplies for 72 hours. Drink hot drinks and carry a battery-operated radio. It is not safe to stay at home. You will not be able to withstand extreme cold. Evacuate immediately. More information will be transmitted at any time.
The National Weather Service in New York City has issued a severe thunderstorm alert for the following areas: New York City area, Long Island area. In the last 24 hours, more than 100 millimeters of rain were recorded, more than expected for the month. It is being reported in several areas of the city. Several damages due to intense rain. The water pumping systems can no longer drain water from the streets. The sewers are completely flooded and much of Manhattan is without power. If you find yourself on the streets, you are strongly encouraged to get out of there immediately and take shelter in some building. It is dangerous to stay there due to the high chance of having a serious accident, or if contaminated with a waterborne disease. Get off the streets and seek shelter immediately. The National Weather Service has issued a storm surge alert for the following areas: New York City area, Long Island area. The wave is estimated to be 150 feet tall and will hit the aforementioned locations within the next 10 minutes. If you find yourself on the street, leave immediately and go to a tall building over 200 feet tall. Do not stay in smaller buildings than this height, as it is possible for the building to collapse in the passage of the wave. The affected areas are likely to remain inundated for weeks. Again, the National Weather Service has issued a storm surge warning for the following areas: New York City area, Long Island area. Seek a high place now. This message will repeat itself over and over again.
This is an emergency action notification. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WFED. We will be discontinuing programming. You should now tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use.
The following message is from a designated representative of the President of the United States.
Good afternoon. The National Weather Service, together with the National Space Administration Agency and most other meteorological agencies in the world, have something of utmost importance to report. Please pay close attention to the message, as the communication systems are severely damaged in several locations. The sudden big changes in the weather in the United States and elsewhere in the world that happened a few days ago are a harbinger of a devastating weather event that is about to happen. A large chain of storms that is coalescing into a cyclone is forming in the north of Canada, and it's heading south. Two other cells of this storm are already forming in northern Scotland and Europe, and another in Japan and Asia. These mega storms are already causing a mega blizzard never seen before that has already claimed the lives of thousands of people in Europe and Asia, and it is expected that the same will happen here. Only in France was registered another 15 feet of snow. It is also expected that this mega blizzard gets even more severe next week, enough to claim the lives of anyone who is even minimally unprotected. So the President of the United States has issued an evacuation order for the following states: California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma, South Ohio, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, South Illinois, South Louisiana, Washington, D.C. They should start evacuating to the south as soon as possible, preferably to places like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Florida, and if possible Mexico. As for the rest of the people who live in the northern states, they must stay at home. Repeating, they must stay at home, because there is no more time to escape the storm, and whoever tries will surely die. For people who are going to evacuate, it is recommended that they bring warm clothing, non-perishable supplies, flashlights, a medical kit, a battery-powered radio, for at least 7 days, and their passport in case they want to cross the border. The local authorities will be assisting with the evacuations from your respective location. As for people in the north, it is strongly advised to stay in their homes or shelters, lock doors and windows, stay as warm as possible, stock up on food for at least 14 days, always drink hot drinks, have a medical kit, have a battery-powered radio, have a power generator, and use fireplaces. Exactly what the United States and the world will look like after this storm is unclear, but some scientists are calling it a new ice age. More information will need to be transmitted to your location through the local broadcasters, as the communication services are very damaged in many parts of the country. It is important that you see this information. That's all, and good luck.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. The great climatic disaster that devastated the world in the last few days has ceased. The sky is clear in the entire northern hemisphere and the great blizzard has stopped. However, the damage that has occurred in all the EAS is overwhelming. It is estimated that 90% of the territory American is covered by more than 10 meters of snow and ice. Most cities are practically uninhabitable and the ground unusable. It is also estimated that between 150 to 250 million Americans died in the terrible blizzard, but still, there is some good news. A good percentage of survivors in the affected regions was reported. The Mexican government and other Latin American governments and humanitarian aid to American refugees. And the remaining regions of the United States, the geography of North America and the world changed. Half of the Gulf of Mexico has drained, and many coastal areas are without water. It has been confirmed that the entourage of the President of the United States could not escape the storm, and that the President is dead. The Vice President has just taken office and will speak shortly. This concludes the emergency action termination. Thanks for your attention. The normal schedule will be restored.